Thanks, Dan. Well, as Dan just mentioned, we're in for yet another foggy morning tomorrow. Take a look at this time lapse from our News 15 Hub City Tower cam as the sun rises over a foggy Lafayette today. Today marked the third straight day of dense fog advisories here in Acadiana, with another foggy start expected tomorrow. So what's behind all of this dense fog lately? Storm Track 15 meteorologist Michael Crowley answers that good question.
So this is what our morning looked like Friday morning in Crowley. We had some very thick fog. In fact, a dense fog advisory was in effect. And we've seen quite a lot of dense fog the past few days. Couldn't really see much outside. It was actually worse than this earlier in the morning. And it's likely to continue into the weekend. And here's what it looked like in Scott. You could see nearly whiteout conditions on the highway or the interstate. So why is it so foggy? So first of all, we have to answer another question, which is what is radiational cooling? So it's a new term that we don't really mention that often, but it's very important to how fog forms. So first of all, during the day, this is the typical setup. So we have sun rays heating up the surface. That's going to, well, heat up the surface. When it becomes nighttime, that heat is going to radiate off of the ground. And if we have clouds in the atmosphere, that tends to act like a blanket, or like the lid on top of a pressure cooker or something like that. That's going to radiate some of that heat down into the ground. That's going to limit the amount that the ground can actually cool during the nighttime hours. So if we don't have that, we instead have this heat that can freely go into space, and that creates cooler temperatures. We need three ingredients for radiational cooling to occur. We need clear skies, we have that in the background, calm winds, and we also need dry air. That part is very important because if it isn't dry air, we get what's called radiational fog. That's exactly what we saw the past few days. So we have the temperature here and we have the dew point. Fog occurs whenever the dew point and the temperature match. So when the temperature cools, that's when we start to see that fog. The ingredients you need, once again, clear skies and calm winds. But in this case, we do not have dry air. So once that temperature reaches the dew point, we get radiation fog, and that it ascends from the surface, and it can be very thick at times. And this is what's been happening the past few days and is likely to continue going into the beginning half of the weekend. But as we enter the new week, winds will increase, and that means that we won't be seeing much in the way of any more fog. Now, if you have a good question you want us to answer here on News 15, scan this QR code that you're seeing on your screen right now. That will send you over to my email, mcrowley@kadn.com. I'll answer all the good questions you have for me over there, and you can see it right here on News 15. I'm Storm Track 15 and meteorologist Michael Crowley, and I can't wait to hear from you.